Hey, everybody. I wanted to bring you along on a really basic but really important step in regards to getting your finances in Canada organized, and that is your CRA account that allows you to see not only your individual information, but your business information all in one place. I've blurred out my information here, and I want to just take you into this and give you a little bit of background information. This is so valuable when it comes to doing any of your business taxes. Well, in particular, doing any corporate taxes, and in particular, doing GST. Now, most of my clientele, I'm not dealing with really complicated corporation information in here. If that was the case, I'd be recommending that you definitely work with an accountant, at least for the corporate tax situation. It gets very complicated. And that's where we really want to be paying for expert advice from our accountants. But when it comes to something pretty straightforward, like dealing with your GST, I believe this is something that we can really save some money on and we can deal with directly ourselves. But part of the challenge that people experience is that they do not know where to go to get the right information. And another piece that people struggle with is that they're not seeing the full picture with their CRA information. What I really love about the way that CRA has set up the account is they will sync up your business with your individual. It operates in tandem, kind of side by side with each other on this website. And this is true if you have a corporation like I do, or if you have a sole proprietorship, like a lot of people do. In fact, I have both. I have corporation and sole proprietor work. Just before we dive into it, I wanted to give you a little bit of information about setting up your CRA online account. It can be a little bit frustrating and a little bit tedious, but it is easy to find. You just are going to be looking at the CRA login. And if you have never done it before, you definitely need to have some important pieces of information. Primarily, you need to have your last two tax return because you're going to have to pull details from that. And you need, of course, your social insurance number for that information. Another tip I wanted to give you before I dive into here is that the CRA does not like sending emails outside of their system. So if you are receiving electronic mail, this is where you're going to find it. Okay, so I'm just going to pause for a second. I'll take you into one of these areas. All right, we're jumping back in. We are inside my CRA business account. I blurred off my business number. You do not need to see that, but I wanted to give you a sense of what's in here. As I mentioned before, this is a really great place to be doing your GST, and this is a great place to be doing. Actually, if you have zero corporate income, like I do for a particular business of mine, I will even use this corporation income tax area. But it's just a great place for you to go in and not only prepare information, like likely with your GST, but also perhaps look and make sure that you're up to date on your corporate income tax. And now we've jumped into my GST section, and this is where we're going to find out not only what GST has submitted, what a reporting period is, but we'll also know if we're behind on anything and we need to get up to date. So you'll see here that I have a reporting period of the beginning of October to the following next year, end of September. So I only have to do one reporting period or run one report a year. Very annoyingly, my GST year does not match my corporation year. I haven't fixed it, but it's something that I need to stay on top of. Now, there are two ways that you can actually file your GST. If you have a business bank account, you can actually put all the information of your GST into your business bank account. It's a great tool. It actually allows you to put more information in. If you do not have a business bank account, you can still you can file your GST here in your CRA login, and then you can go and pay the bill if it's not synced up to any account on here. Let's just take a quick peek into file a return and see what information I have, even though I'm already up to date. Okay, so here we are in file a return. It's giving us a couple options for selecting a return, and we're going to just dive in and see what we find here. So let's take a peek into this one. I'm just going to pause and I'll jump in and see you there. Okay, so we're into the GST, HST net file. You can see here under my blurred business information that we have varied information. That's what we determined on our last screen. For me, it's an annual reporting period, and it begins at the beginning of October and goes till the end of September of the following year. And then you're going to be clicking information here about what is relevant to you. I'm going to give you a little extra tip. If you ever get confused about something, I like to use AI to look it up, but obviously they have a lot of question marks here you can click on to double check. And you're just going to go through the process here, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do next. And if you have a bank account attached to this, it's very possible that you can just pay it directly there. If not, you're going to go back to your personal bank account and you're going to set it up as a bill payment. Again, it will explain how to do that.